Hi guys, in this series of HTML5 for Absolute Beginner, we're going to discuss about CSS Selector. Please take note, the installation of HTML preview won't be discussed in this topic, so please watch the first video of this series. So now, without any further ado, let's get started. To start with, we need to understand first what is CSS Selectors. CSS selectors, these are the one that selects the HTML elements that you want to style. Now, to start with, we're going to use this example. And to make it clear, I'm going to initialize the style tag here. So in this section, we're going to create a style for this one. So to do that, to understand what is a selector, we need to assign the tag, which is the P, and the things that we want to do for this one. So let's say I want to text align, and I want it to make it center. Then I'm going to change the color to red. Okay. Let's save. Now to preview, we need to press hit Ctrl V. There you go. So notice, when we create this one, it only aligns or light up or set the color to red for these sections only. So that's the basic understanding of what is CSS Selector. Now, to explain more what is CSS Selector, we need to understand if this is how it works, then how does it applies in different situations. Okay, let's do it. For example, I'm going to change this one here. Then I'm going to assign div and div with a paragraph. Take note, this is the div, which is the parent, and I'm going to call it within the div this paragraph here. Now, what does it does? So let's say I'm going to complete this one. So I need to change the color. Let's say the color is green. See, now notice, so for better understanding, I'm going to run this as well, so that you will understand. So take note, we have child 1 to 5. Okay, and there you go. As you can see, all what we do a while ago are the same. It colors all the child because in these conditions we said that div is the parent and P is the paragraph is the child. So anything that's within the child of div will become green. Okay, now what if we need to pick for particular class? So let's say in here we have a class of a child. So to do that, we need to pick the child class. So to do that, we need to call P and the name of the class, which is child. Now, notice that I'm going to use this operator. So then I'm going to color let's say blue. Okay, so notice how I ran this with a plus symbol. So going to preview. Okay. Notice here that all child. Let's check first the color. Oh, should be blue. See, and there you go. Okay. Now, notice here, out of 5 child 1 did not color itself. Why? Now, going back to our conditions, we said that in every child with a paragraph should color blue. What does it mean is that in every child or in every child assigned here, they need to know which is the parent. So they follow, all this sequence here follow the parent. A while ago when I create the first part, the div, everything here follows to this parent. Now, what happened here that all paragraph, they follow the first initialized condition. So in here, let's say this portion here. If the condition is p dot child, this class child here will follow to the first or the previous assigned here. So since they all belong to one classes. So notice if that's the condition, look at the first paragraph here. Since there are no class before or in the first part in here, this one did not meet the condition. So that's why all the rest here only lights because the first assigned class meets the condition here. Make sense? Good. So now what if I'm going to use a different operator? Let's say like this one. This is what you call the tilde, and see what will happen. There you go. Notice here, the first child, or it follows the same format. So what makes it different for the first one, since they perform the same? What we need to do is, I'm going to break something from here. So if the condition here that this child or this paragraph here should always follows with the parents on the top. So what happened if there's something in between? Let's say you're going to put another div here. Okay, so let's say that I'm going to save. Right, still follow. So I'm going to change this into let's see. I'm going to pick a span. Notice what will happen if I put a span here. Still the same. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so seems that the condition still met. Using tilde, all the conditions from the child still follows the rule. So it doesn't matter with the tilde. So what if I'm going to use the plus operator. What will happen if I'm going to use the plus operator? So review here, and there you go. Why? A while ago, when I put a different tags, everything still follows the condition on the first one, in the first part. So what happened? Why is it the child port didn't follow the condition? Because in CSS, this plus condition here, the condition is straightforward. It follows whatever is the first assigned parents, which is this one. Then it will execute this color style here. So what happened here is that the last part, which is child 5, follows the color here, still okay. But the next child, which is this one, checks the next on top of him and didn't find the same condition, which is the class child. So that breaks the cycle. That's the difference between the tilde and the plus. Make sense? Okay. For now, we have already tackled a lot of things about CSS. On the next video series, we still need to tackle more about HTML5. Now, if you find this video informative, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And see you guys on the next video tutorial. Cheers!